Yep. I do believe I am done wet sanding, maybe. So, water everywhere. That's going to be an easy cleanup. That's just a mop and a shop vac. But so here's what you got. Get out a little bit. Still some wet spots. Yeah. Again, I say, all of that milky white stuff, that's powder suspended in water. It's the crap that goes in the air, all over everything else. You know, I just so much prefer wet sanding, because wet sanding is an acceptable and my preferred way of doing things. That's overspray from the undercoating body stuff I did on the underside of the trunk. You can see some powder, some residue from the paint. And I wonder if this will... maybe it will, maybe it won't, but I'm thinking about doing one last light sanding after all the water dries, and I can really see if I missed anything. And that's paint residue. So, had a little bit of a worry here. That's not metal. I've got, let me see, how did it start off with? Gray epoxy, then black epoxy. No, black epoxy, then gray epoxy, and then epoxy primer, and then this epoxy sealer. So that's still black epoxy. I may not give a shit about this. I'll have to think about that. Because after I start painting this thing, if I go with a light color, I'm still undecided. You know, I'll talk about it later. But if I go with a light color, it may show through. It may not. Everything here is done. All these blemishes like that in the center of the screen, that's not a blemish, that's just a wet spot. That's what she said, right? Here's the trunk. Trunk is done. I'll need to kind of hose that out a little bit better, but again, that's not a dark spot, that's just water. Take a look at the other side. I didn't put a whole lot of effort into the wheel fender arch there. I did some, but when you're looking at water again, some overspray from the undercoating. Everything else is looking not too bad. What's up, cat? Come here. Well, she thinks she's in trouble. Here is an area I think I may resand. You can tell. Yeah, you can. Alright, so if you can see that, it'll come through in the paint with the final paint job. Yeah. So here's an area that I'm going to take some more attention toward. It feels smooth, but again, you'll see it in the final paint. Paint doesn't cover a thing. If anything, it accentuates it. Yeah, not too bad. I did scrape off the body tag. Was at 48863. I've already registered that with Geo. I did a lot of work up in here. Not because I needed it, because I just didn't want to skip any corners. Did a lot of work. What? Come here. Yeah, so this is... I got this thing locally a couple years back. Named her after a vet. Hi, Noni. Again, some more water. Let's see, how does this look? Oh, I can feel a ripple on another area to look at. look after. See, how is that? Yeah, I can see it. It'll focus. It won't focus. And I have taken some flat black to the inner portion of my my intake cowl, intake hood, intake shelf, whatever you want to call it. I saw this on an MGA that I saw a couple years ago. Saved the picture because I liked it. I'm going to do the same thing to the side vents. I've got some work in there to do still, but I'm going to mask everything off and just spray the inside so it's black. Same thing on the other side, just the inside of it. Just a portion of it. Had a little bit of overspray, that's what you're looking at there. Again, you're not going to notice that once the paint goes on. You'll see the creases and the dimples and stuff, but... So, I felt something in the front over there, and something on the side there that I want to resand. Everything else... Jesus, I'm ready for paint. Okay, I'm going to fix that and that over there tonight. Got about 40 minutes of life left in me before I gotta change gears. Oh yeah. So I bought another Sebring valence. There's some different work to this one. But I wanted to say, and I've already, punched the holes through there. A couple of wires there, but this is the one I bought from Scarborough Fair. And aside from the work I did to it on the back, I honestly don't see any difference, feel any difference in terms of strength and anything else. Scarborough Fair, moss. Scarborough Fair was a little bit cheaper, but unfortunately they were out of stock and I went to go buy another one. I have no issue with this one. I have no issue with this one. I don't understand why people don't like the moss one. It's literally identical. And I was thinking about punching holes here as well for bumperettes, or bumper overriders, but I'm just not sure I'm going to do that on both of them. I may not, I don't know. But again, I didn't find any difference. I stacked one inside the other when I was doing all the measuring and everything else, and they're identical. So Scarborough Fair is cheaper, and moss is the same quality. Yeah, there she is again. Yep. Alright, I think I'm going to fix those two areas and then pack it in. Okay, I actually forgot something. This is done, and I just did that. That was 10 seconds. This, all of this on one pass was, 2 hours and 20 minutes? Yeah, that's not bad. So my next step after this, I'm going to... Oh, god damn it. I'm going to fix that scratch is what I'm going to do. Shit. Fuck. Gosh, sorry. Prior to painting this thing, I'm going to wash this thing probably a couple times. One, to hose it off and get all the rest of that primer residue that's still there. You can see it kind of powdery there in the light. And then, again, with a tiny amount of dish soap in a big bucket like that thing, full of warm water. And I'm looking to get all the grease and grime and silicone and residue and anything else that's going to screw up the paint. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll let it dry, and then just before I paint it, I will take tack cloth and get rid of any dust. Take you through all those steps as well. That's going to be kind of fun. I also need to de-dustify my entire garage, so I'm going to borrow someone's leaf blower and just hose down the hell out of my, not hose it down, but blow it down. I can use this thing, but it's only so powerful, and getting up in there to get all the dust out that might come down. Really, I just need to get rid of all the dust in here before I paint. If I pick up a speck of paint, or a speck of dust, it'll end up in the paint. I know me. The paint job itself, I thought about the color. Again, I'm vacillating between my friend's Nissan and my other friend's Miata, but I saw a Mini today, blue with a white stripe, light blue, beautiful. It almost looked like a tire light green, or tire light, or a mineral blue, or whatever the hell it is. So this thing in mineral blue with white sidewalls, I think would look pretty gosh darn good, and dove gray interior. I'm gonna have to look at that and think about it. I do like red. I had a 2003 BMW Z4 that was red that I really liked. I called it Merlot, and I got a lot of shit for it. The guys on my shift, they called it purple, but, you know, fuck them. So a light blue on this, I think, would look okay. Yeah, maybe. I'll think about it.